Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Listen, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about rental properties. If you are someone who is out there looking for a rental property and you're doing this on your own, first off, I do help clients looking for a rental property, but I do charge a fee. And most of the clients that I deal with are clients that are relocating from another city in California or in the United States. But here's the thing: finding an apartment to rent or a house is not the most easiest thing. There are so many in the middle people that you have to deal with, and oftentimes, when you see an ad, depending on where you see it, you may call the number and they don't respond, or they don't respond for a few days. So this morning, while I was at breakfast, I stumbled across a couple of the people there at the restaurant who I've talked to about real estate forever, about a number of different things. But one of them was looking for a rental property, and he told me about this before I left to Spain. And I told him I could help him out if he needed the help, but apparently he kept looking at the property on his own. Actually, he never physically looked at the property, but it turned out that it was a scam. And I want to say that it is not unusual for someone to list a property as a rental property on the internet, whether it's Zillow or any of the multiple sites, and they copy the listing, the rental listing, and then they create one of their own in another site. So be very, very careful. First off, never give your money to anybody up front unless it's a property management company or someone that you can trace. In this particular case, my friend wanted to see the property, and the person that he was talking to kept kind of giving him the runaround. He wanted him to give him money, $80 per person, to run the credit. First off, if anybody is asking you to run the credit, the most you should pay is like $35 per person. And most of these people that do this are the property management people. I can get the reports done even cheaper than that if I'm handling the rental agreement or the whole deal. But be careful. It's not unusual for scammers to scam people. And whatever you do, do not give somebody a deposit until you are for sure that you know that the property and the person that you are talking to is either the property management person that has the contract to get the lease or the renter, or if it's the owner, make sure that it is the owner that you are talking to that owns the property. Now, how can I help? If you hire me, one of the things that I can do, obviously I look through the multiple listing service, and everybody that's there is legit, right? Because they're real estate agents with a license. I also have insight into several property management companies within Long Beach or other areas in Southern California. So I can do all of that pre-checking to make sure that I'm dealing with the right person. And then also, if you are dealing with someone, the owner, for example, and they're not a property management company or they're not going through one, I can verify the owner of the property that you're looking at. It's very tricky. Unfortunately, it's a lot of work trying to find a rental property online. That's why I charge a fee, is because I have to make money. That's how I make money. I don't make any money if I don't get anybody into a house or a condo or an apartment. But I do want to get out there that you have to be very careful. That's happened to me on a couple of my rental properties. Whenever there's a vacancy and I put it up for rent, I've had a few people scam my listing, and then I get all these calls and they're saying it's like $300 or $400 cheaper than I'm actually charging. So you need to be very careful. There's just a ton of scammers out there, especially on rental properties. That's my 2 cents for this Monday.